I think that was probably the thing that interested me the most about the Oblates, was that there's a practical side and a personal side to these people that sometimes I would have seen in my past as just priests and they're this and I'm that. But there's more of a personal connection. I've had a somewhat shaky faith in my past, but when I started to grow in it, I realised that the Oblates were not only just interested in about giving the sacraments, the Eucharist, the confirmation, baptism, that sort of thing, but they wanted to make it mean something to the people that they're involved with. And I got a feeling for that, for just being around them sometimes, and actually they care.
Hello, I'm Father Vincent Ryan. Over the past few years we've had an intensive time of renewal, and we've recommitted ourselves to developing spirituality in our parishes, of leading people in a way that makes a difference. We are committed to working with our lay people and in a special way with the youth. I believe that what we are doing today is going to impact in a very profound way on their lives.
St. Eugene de Mazenod is the founder of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate. St. Eugene de Mazenod is an inspiring character. His vision, his passion has certainly lasted more than 200 years. Even as someone who had many opportunities, he saw the needs of the disadvantaged around him, and he became a priest. He felt called to the priesthood, became a priest. As a priest, he had many options. He could have become a very successful career priest, or been given a very good, nice, comfortable parish. Yet he chose to work amongst the poor in Aix-en-Provence, France. At Rosie's, our motto is Friends on the Street. We offer friendship, which is something that systems sometimes lack. Over a simple tea and coffee, it's an excuse to make friendship, to discuss and to be a positive influence in the lives of people that sometimes just become numbers. We do have poverty in Australia. It's not the same poverty that we might imagine in third world countries, but there is a social poverty here that it's extraordinary. Really, we don't do anything practical, but we bring the presence of Christ out into the street. We're a witness to the people of Melbourne that there are people in our community that need to be cared for, people who find themselves out here for many different reasons, but still have the same dignity of any other person in the world and need to be cared for.
It's an interesting and sometimes a difficult mix of being a priest and a teacher. My connection with the Oblates started when I was 8, when I first went for an interview to go to Iona College, which is an Oblate college in Brisbane. I think the thing I was appealed to most to me about Oblates and education were that they weren't necessarily the best teachers, but they did genuinely seem to be people of integrity. And I really admired that as a student at school. And that's the thing that I've tried to do in what I do as a teacher here at Mazenod now. When I was at school there were 7 or 8 different Oblates, and so there was a great variety of skills and talent and personalities, whereas I think the most in any of our colleges is 3. And that necessarily means that for a lot of the students, maybe they don't have the same access to us that they might have in the past.
I'm Mark Edwards, Missionary Oblate of Mary Immaculate. My first mission with the Oblates was to work in the school where I first studied. The mission to schools that I had, to secondary schools, was a wonderful, powerful opportunity to share my faith with people who were forming their lives, people who were looking for direction, who wanted to know how to found their lives on rock.
My name's Tony Coughlin and I'm the Deputy Principal of Mazenod College in Victoria. Many schools have to work on a mission statement and why they exist, and it's very easy when you work in a Catholic school, and particularly an order school, and the Oblate charism and the Oblate mission and purpose is very distinct in our community. Teaching is an extremely rewarding experience, and to have the Oblates, their vocation teaching as well, you can see that they're getting their rewards from their vocation, but also their vocation of teaching and education, and they're having a remarkable impact on the young people of today. I think many people in the community appreciate the great work that Oblate teachers and teachers in an Oblate community do for their sons.
Most people have a memory of school that's either a positive or a negative or somewhere in between. And my memories of school were significantly positive based on the connection that the Oblates had with me and the staff that they empowered to have that connection. So if you have a memory of school that's positive, or that you felt really was someone took meaning and took interest in you, that could be something that you could offer to the church through a vocation with the Oblates in education ministry, that you could make a difference to the way somebody remembers for the rest of their lives that people cared about them at a really important phase of their life.